The Grand Chess Tour has changed up the format, and now we have 3 rapid and blitz events before a classical event. What are your thoughts about that?
No, well, ideally it would be all rapid and blitz, but okay. No, I mean, still it's, I mean, I like it really much. Yeah.
But I'm happy to play faster time controls. You know, I don't get to every day. Usually I'm playing classical events, so this is kind of a welcome opportunity to try something different.
Rapid and blitz is becoming preferred time control for most of the people because you don't need to prepare so deeply and you can be more creative.
Also, you know from before the start that your games are going to contain mistakes and blunders. That also gives you a carte blanche to play a bit more open chess. So I think when it comes to entertainment value, it's probably more fun.
It's a totally different game because in a classical game, you prepare beforehand very specifically on that one serious opponent, on that specific color, on that specific day. You make one mistake in a classical game, it's very hard to come back because on that day, because there's only one game that day. But here, it's game after game after game. And yeah, it's a totally different skill than classical chess, I'd say.
The point of the tour is to showcase chess, and I think it's nice.
For the most part, the general trend in normal classical events seems to be leading more and more towards a higher percentage of draws, and so therefore I like the rapid and blitz concept. I think it should be a lot more fun, and I think you're going to have a lot more decisive games, which in the bigger picture I think is much more important than the quality of the overall play.
I think it is very good for chess fans. They like it when it's fighting chess. It's very fast to play.
I think it's an interesting development. I mean, the Grand Chess Tour has always had a lot of rapid and blitz events, but now it's the majority is rapid and blitz, and we have a different qualification system to the final. Because last time there was, you know, everyone played the final in London, and now only 4 players will play, which kind of raises the stakes a bit.
It's going to be more like the NBA, more like the playoff format. What are your thoughts about this particular change for the Grand Chess Tour?
Yeah, it sounds very interesting. It's like, I think it's the best when you have like qualification where around 50% qualify. So here it would be 4 out of 9 qualify. I think it's like the best ratio, you know. They do about the same ratio in NHL, in NBA. Yeah, it's around 50% they qualify to playoff.
It's fine. Obviously, I'd like to be in the first 4, and we'll see if I can make that happen.
In general, I like knockout events, so we don't have enough of that, and I think it's a very small knockout event that you have at the end of the year, but well, I will do my best to qualify for it.
It puts a lot of pressure on many players because you can't have a bad tournament. I see it as a positive sign because in previous years you could have one bad tournament and continue being in a race. Here it's you know, now or never. You have to prove a point from the start.
It's more exciting, I guess. It's more playoff type. You gotta be mentally strong and mentally ready to play all those games. I guess it's a change. We'll see how it goes. I hope to qualify for London, to be there personally myself.
I think it's a great idea, and again, if you look at the overall Grand Chess Tour, say last year, even 2 years ago, normally it came down to a handful of games, and usually it was not the game against the closest competitor. Usually it was a game against someone, say, in the middle of the standings or at the bottom, and someone won a game against this player and the other person didn't. And so I think just overall having a match format at the end will be very exciting, and hopefully I make it that far.
I think we'll just have to wait and see how exciting the run-up to the finals is and the actual competition the Final Four is. So it's not something that's very common in chess, and it's a bit of an experiment, and hopefully it'll be a good one. For sure it's going to be an interesting one. Interesting to see who makes it and who comes out the winner and how exciting it will be.
Well, this is a good change, and I think we should try to show our best in every tournament. We have to play well, and then if we do it, then we'll have a chance to play in London.